Hey everybody, H-Channel Liam here, and it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for a brand new episode of Form Fight. Form Fight, of course, is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between those Pokemon, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between them, just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of Form Fight already, and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show you're enjoying this series, and of course, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. With all that out of the way, let's have a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to be comparing the two forms of Banette, which are Banette and Mega Banette. Now, when you have Banette in your party, it will always be in its regular form. However, a Banette holding Banette will be able to Mega Evolve into Mega Banette during a battle and will remain that way for the entirety of that battle. But what makes these two forms of Banette so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokedex, Banette stands at 1.1 meter tall and weighs 12.5 kilograms. Its Pokedex information says it's a stuffed toy that was thrown away and became possessed, even though it evolved from Shuppet, but we won't talk about that. Ever searching for the one who threw it away so it can exact its revenge. Resentment at being cast off made it spring into being, even though it evolved from Shuppet, but we won't talk about that. Some say that treating it well will satisfy it, and it will once more become a stuffed toy. Let's just not talk about Shuppet. Mega Banette, on the other hand, is 1.2 meters tall and slightly heavier at 13 kilograms. Its Pokedex entry says extraordinary energy amplifies its cursing power to such an extent that it can't help but curse its own trainer. Mega Evolution increases its vindictiveness, and the cursing power that was held back by its zipper comes spilling out. There's a joke there about something spilling out from behind a zipper. I'll let you guys do that. Comment section, off you go. Appearance-wise, Banette looks as expected, much like a stuffed doll, with subtle spikes on its head and some extra fabric trailing off from the back of its head like a ribbon. And of course it has a zipper for a mouth. Mega Banette is slightly darker in colour, with an extra zipper now running across its face, as well as open zippers revealing the inside of its hands and also its lower body. In their shiny forms, regular Banette changes from a grey colour to a more bluish colour, and Mega Banette's darker grey becomes a kind of dark teal colour. Now let's have a look at the typing, weaknesses and resistances of these Pokemon forms. Both instances of Banette are pure Ghost type Pokemon, which makes them both weak to only Ghost and Dark type moves. They both resist Poison and Bug type attacks and are completely immune to both normal and fighting type moves. Now let's take a look at their stats and abilities. Regular Banette has great physical attack and decent special attack, but with below average HP, defense, special defense and speed, making it not only quite fragile, but somewhat slow as well. Its primary ability is Insomnia, which prevents Banette from being put to sleep. This is a very basic ability and has very obvious uses, so there isn't really much to say about it. Its secondary ability is Frisk, which reveals the opponent's held item when Banette enters the battlefield. Now, whilst knowing your opponent's held item is great for revealing their potential strategies, most competitive players will have particular Pokemon's usual strategies already in mind, and can often work out what item a Pokemon will be holding just by knowing the species. Its hidden ability is Cursed Body, which, when a damaging move hits Banette, has a 30% chance of disabling that move. This is excellent for crippling opponent strategies and gives the fragile Banette something that will actually create a lasting impact on the battlefield. Potentially. It is, after all, only a 30% chance. As with all Mega Evolved Pokemon, Mega Banette takes the stats of Banette and builds on them, giving it a little tiny increase in speed, defense and special attack, a little bit of an extra kick to its special defense, but most impressively, a 50 base power increase in its physical attack, making it hit like an absolute truck. The downside here, of course, is that it's still quite a fragile Pokemon compared to most of the other Pokemon you'll be up against, so when it does hit, it's fantastic, if it's given the chance. Mega Banette's only ability is Prankster, which gives increased priority to status moves. Now, whilst this ability is fantastic for any Pokemon to have because it allows you to do so much setup, it allows you to use Thunder Wave, for example, to paralyze the opponent and potentially stop it from being able to move. You can use Toxic before your opponent's move to guarantee that after Mega Banette is gone, it's still able to whittle down the HP of your opponent. The downside to this ability is it doesn't really do anything to allow Mega Banette to take advantage of its massive attack stat. Granted, one option is you could Thunder Wave your opponent like we said, and therefore if your opponent can't move, it's a sitting duck against that attack stat, but remember, paralysis isn't a guarantee, and your opponent could just as easily take out Mega Banette before Mega Banette can even hit. So it would have been nice to see something that would have allowed Mega Banette to really take advantage of its attack stat, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Now it's time for me to decide which of the two forms of Banette I prefer, and this is kind of an easy one. I'm leaning towards the Mega because whilst Cursed Body is great on the hidden ability version of the regular Banette, I feel like the Mega, with its slightly better stats, I mean its amazing attack stat, and it's slightly better bulk, a little bit of extra speed, just gives it more opportunities to survive long enough to use an attack. And whilst it's great that Cursed Body is a thing, I just think 30% chance of Cursed Body activating, a 30% chance that the Banette that you've brought out is even going to be worth having in the battle isn't a great set of odds, whereas obviously Mega Banette will always have access to Prankster, so it can at least take advantage of that, even if it can't really utilize its attack stat very well. I think that's the way I'm going with it. It's not a Pokemon that I would personally use. I think it looks cool. I think both of them look cool, and they're great designs for Pokemon. I just can't see myself using either of them, but if I had to, if I absolutely had to, I would go Mega Banette. But of course, it's not just up to me to decide, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite out of these two. But before you do, let's see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. As always, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They've got neutral natures. They're not holding any items. Now, normally I would use the Pokemon's hidden abilities in Form Fight, but I'm not doing that because Cursed Body is absolutely detrimental to Metronome battles. If you've ever watched Series 1 of Metromania, which is my series I do on a Thursday, I recommend you go check it out, especially if you're one of those people who watches Form Fight but just skips the analysis part and goes straight to the battle. Yeah, thanks for the watch time and audience retention, mate. You'll love Metromania. But yeah, long story short, Cursed Body is bad for Metronome battles, so I've gone for regular Banette's primary ability, Insomnia. Mega Banette obviously only has one ability. They're the same typing. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon gets comes from their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go, it's Banette versus Mega Banette, the battle between the Pokemon that are supposed to be formed from when stuffed toys are abandoned, even though they totally didn't evolve from Shuppet. Wait, what? Lore of Pokemon being weird? How confusing. Anyway, everyone's on the battlefield. Shiny Mega Banette is going to start things off for its team, looking absolutely stunning. Burn Up, of course, is going to fail because there's no fire typing to be used up by Burn Up. And here we see regular Mega going for Triple Kick, which won't affect Shiny Banette, as, you know, all those lovely immunities that the Ghost type has. Well, all two of them. We see Wood Hammer coming out from regular Banette onto regular Mega, doing massive damage and a little bit of recoil damage as well. Oh my word, this is going to be a short one because of that huge attack stat on these low defense Pokemon. Sacred Fire comes out from Shiny regular Banette onto the regular Mega. Oh my goodness. Bringing it down to the danger zone. It's a dangerous position for regular Mega, who is going to go for Bone Meringue using that massive attack stat, doing a great amount of damage there to Shiny Banette, but not quite enough to take it down. 2 hits, of course, from the Bone Meringue, and here we see Shiny Mega. Is it going to fail this turn like on the previous turn? It's going to go for Speed Swap, which is completely pointless because you're a Prankster Pokemon, so you're always going to move first. I guess. Why not? Go for it. Here comes regular Banette, though. What will it do now after that beautiful previous turn? Goes for Nuzzle on the regular Mega and takes it down already. This, oh, good lord. I hope you didn't get yourself any popcorn, lads, because this is going to be bloody short. Here we see the shiny regular Banette. Going to go for Rock Polish. Again, increasing its speed, but there's no point because you've got a Prankster Pokemon on the other team. It's always going to move first in this battle. And here comes the shiny Mega. And what will it do here? It's in a difficult position. Going to go for Shell Smash. Increase its speed and its attack and its special attack. So it's making itself very, very deadly. But also, it's reduced its defense and special defense, which we already know is weak enough. So I don't know how smart a play that was. Very, very, very difficult to ascertain whether that was a good idea or not. We see Acupressure coming out from the regular Banette onto the shiny Banette there. Good lord, raising its special defense sharply, so protecting it effectively against that Shell Smash. Here's regular Banette, though. Sorry, that was the shiny Banette that was using the Acupressure there. Land's Wrath, though, coming out from regular Banette onto the Mega. Huge damage, bringing it down to less than half its max HP. This is not looking good for the Mega right now. Does it have a trick up its really massive wizard sleeves? Goes for Psycho Shift. That's going to fail. That's very, very unfortunate there. And here comes shiny Banette. What's it going to do? Going to go for Aerial Ace. Will it be enough, though? Is it going to take down the Mega? It brings it down to what must be 1 or 2 hit points there. That's incredible. Here's regular Banette going for a Throat Chop. That's going to be super effective. That's the game already. I love that move when it inverts all the colors. Ain't that lovely? The Mega goes down. This is an episode for all those people that says it's obvious the Mega's gonna win. Wow, the Mega's just got absolutely trounced, mate. Note this episode down. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of the two forms of Banette do you prefer? Is it Banette or Mega Banette? Let me know in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. If you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, please pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And for live streams 5 days a week, head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.